Team SMG up against RSG in game number 2 of this best of 3. Right now, Team SMG at match point, and it's going to be real tough here because they have to deal with Masha and as well as a Lunox, which we haven't seen in a long time with so many mage picks up. Can this Diggy protect their entire team to reach that late game? Let's find out back in the land of Dawn.
This is going to be yet another battle full of bloodshed between these two teams as Team SMG wants to secure that 2-0 victory to get those juicy 3 points on those standings, whereas RSGMY wants to make sure that they are putting up a fight here in their first game of Season 10.
All right, this is going to be some exciting stuff because Kuza already going to be on that Benedetta jungle. He does go for the Demon Slayer this time around. He wants to be able to kind of speed up his clear. It's not going to be as effective as it was before, but it still gets the job done. Noir and Hate rotating super early on to try and take away and peel away the support from Loli Yells, chunking him down as low as possible.
We can see that Team SMG recognized this lane dynamic once again. They were on the opposite side before, so they know that the Claude is going to have a hard time against Beatrix. And speaking of a hard time, Vox getting chased out of his jungle by HYHY.
That was a good read by HYHY. He knows the timings, and after clearing his own, he's at, oh wait, hold on, Lolia's able to kill Noir here. Finds one, takes away a flicker as well, and Sasa getting back into the fight with his battle mirror image. A bit unnecessary, but it does give Kuza the opportunity to throw him off.
That was just a little bit of a mistake from Noir there. He wasn't able to get the extra armor from his passive because he was playing in the middle of the lane. He definitely underestimated the amount of damage coming out of Hawk. We have to remember, Grok is very vulnerable to magic damage.
Yep, he's got to be careful, and especially this early on in the game, those auto alarm bombs do hurt.
Looking at the emblems overall, it does look like both teams are going for pretty default emblems overall. I do see that earlier as well, Smooth did actually pick up the Swift Boot, so he might be going for more of a damage build on this Masha as well.
Yeah, he's probably going to be stacking up the traditional stuff. I don't think he's going to be the on-hit Masha, but he definitely is going to go for the traditional Twilight Armor sort of situation here in Sky Guardian's Helm. Kuza gets pushed away by Box for now, as Smooth does find him and is going to push him as far away as possible. Izanami's going to struggle to get in here, but HYHY just giving vision, can't really do much about the situation, but notice on bot side that once again, Sasa not having a fun time here.
Yeah, but at the very least, he is still matching up in terms of EXP against Lolils, and that's the most important thing for a Claude in this sort of matchup, ensuring that he at least keeps up in terms of farm. Hate now, gonna be caught out by the falling Star Moon, but Brilliance gets him out.
They're taking it nice and slow here with RSG looking to press their advantages across the map. Team SMG are just waiting for their item power spike before they can really do anything, right? Smooth is going to take a little bit of time. Sasa is on the losing lane. Noir is the only person who can really kind of open things up for the team if he helps out Hate push in the mid lane.
Yeah, but he still has to be very careful because Grok, unfortunately, is not really as tanky as he used to be, so there does need to be some smarter decision making. But now HYHY caught out by the heavy spin. Hate coming in with the Darkening. There's that extra damage we talked about. Kuza gonna be forced to dash out of the clutches of Team SMG.
A clean catch coming out from Team SMG on HYHY. They catch him off guard, and I think that's still good, but RSG are still playing for this bottom side. If HYHY goes down, it's going to slow his scaling, but he has Avarice, so he has a lot of time to work with.
Yeah. Team SMG, they do have to be a little bit careful because the late game scaling on RSGMY is pretty strong, but simply because they have to make sure Sasa gets his farm. They themselves cannot afford to play too aggressive early, but here comes Hate once again, Darkening doing lots of damage to HYHY.
Oh, really chunking him out. Luckily, HYHY still has his Regenerate for now, and the Frost Moon Shield is going to help him top off his health. Let's look at the items so far. Boots complete. Sicilion going to be going for the Clock of Destiny. Sasa still struggling and is forced to get the plated leggings to ensure that he can somewhat survive.
And we can see though that Hate did not actually even have a single item before that. That is the passive damage from the Darkening that makes Lunox such a danger to deal with here. This is a hero you have to make sure you shut down early, otherwise the scaling is just going to become completely unstoppable towards that late game.
Speaking of unstoppable, Noir just making sure he can zone out Kuza from getting in on this. I mean, Box needs to hit level 7 here, so he's going to slow down. He comes in with a... Oh my goodness! Kuza manages to get, but he jumps back into the fight and ends up sacrificing his life, baiting as HY Izanami are just seconds away from actually getting back into the engagement. But Kuza has done his job, stealing the way of the turtle.
I feel like that had to be a mechanical error from Kuza there. He could have gotten out of that no problem. I get the feeling he might have auto-targeted his final dash, and that resulted in him going backwards when he would have been able to escape with it, but he did still steal the turtle, so that is not a bad result for RSGMY.
Ah, man, it happens to the best of us, The auto-targeting system can sometimes be very helpful, but also can work against you in some trying times. But as you mentioned before, yes, it is important that Kuza was able to actually take away the turtle this time round. With another 67 seconds on the clock before the next one appears, Kuza is going to try and dash across the map, but Smooth actually getting an early rotation as bot side has already fallen in RSGMY, making sure that they can take a potential second turret. Now they're looking for it, but the time journey comes out. Box unable to get them with a heavy spin, but Noir finds the flicker onto Hawk, doesn't get anything off of it. Hate now in trouble, goes into Brilliance, doesn't get hit by the Sanguine Claw, able to have some smooth moves. Darkening popped up, flickers on towards Sasa's side, and unable to get enough damage to kill Kuza, but he's so low, and even Box ends up falling to the damage of RSGMY.
And that's exactly what RSG are looking for right there. A beautiful engagement, taking advantage of the fact that Box simply went too far with that heavy spin, underestimating the duration of time journey, putting him out of position, going for Hatred, getting that kill. All very important things. And now with 2 tier 1 towers down on their side, they're sitting on a comfortable 2k net worth lead.
It's such a feels bad because Hate was so close to taking out Kuza. He was on a sliver of health, but let's not forget that some big battle spells have been blown by Team SMG, and they won't have it up for this upcoming turtle fight. 2 flickers down, and Sasa does not have his sprint.
Now RSGMY are the ones in control. They're going for the turtle, even using the Electo final blow to secure it. Team SMG know they cannot contest this, and now they are going to be playing on the back foot. RSGMY right now doing a very good job of maintaining their mobility and just dancing around Team SMG.
Let's not forget that let's not forget that Box actually sacrifices his orange buff to Sasa to actually speed him up in lane. So he is sacrificing a little bit of EXP, and Kuza now overtaking him in levels. That's going to make a significant difference when it comes down to these neutral objectives. Whoever has the higher level amongst the junglers usually have a bigger retribution.
And besides that, we can see that Lolios is comfortably farming. He already has his Blade of Despair and Malefic Roar completed. Sasa not even achieving that golden staff just of yet. So RSGMY in a comfortable spot. Lightning Trunkion and Izanami as well. Their scaling heroes are really starting to pick up the pace.
Yep, they're getting into position, and the damage is going to really hurt. And Team SMG just has to staunch the bleeding for a little bit longer here. It's just a 3k gold lead in RSGMY's favor, so it's not like they can't recover from this, but they can't afford to bleed any further. Noir is trying to slow down this wave as RSG now focused on objective tower gating.
This is very smart from RSG. They know Team SMG want to give more farm to Sasa, so they're going to be focusing on one lane, allowing RSG to play on the opposite side of the map and continuously get towers for free. Kuza now even threatening the buff. Did he steal that?
Yeah,
I think
he did. He has the purple. He has the purple buff aura around him, and unfortunately, Box doesn't. He's gonna fall even further behind here. 11 to 10 so far, and now the Lord is spawning in the next 7 seconds or so. Sasa is just back to farming. They know they can't contest this.
I feel like we have to comment a little bit about how we were talking about Kuza is known for these assassin heroes. Let him play an assassin hero. I didn't expect it to go this well the moment he shifted over to a more comfortable pick.
Yeah, he is very talented at this, but now HY.
Oh!
My goodness, the damage. Where did he go? Where did Noir go? He has protection, but not enough magic resist to deal with Izanami, who's been stacking up this entire game and blows him out of the water.
I think we have to note Noir did end up going for Dominance Ice as his first item, so he doesn't have things like the Athena shield to protect him from the magic DPS coming out of RSG, which means that the heroes like HY, Izanami, and Hawk, he's basically not a tank at all.
Oh, that's definitely a feels bad. There's nothing you can do about it, but now let's see how much of an advantage they can get from this lower push. Smooth jumps on top of Loliel's, already using his shockwave, but Noir unfortunately can't do much. One more bad impact is going to be enough. So close. Kuza looking to get him, uses his eye for an eye to close the distance, but again, there's just too much and gets disarmed by Smooth before noticing, hey, 3 people may be a little too much. I'm going to take your purple buff and start pressing for these outer turrets.
Noir was literally living on a prayer there in that last fight, and now we are seeing a problem. This Diggy pick from RSGMY is full countering any engagement Team SMG has. Heavy spin, wild charge, it does not matter. It's just all negated, and that means they have no way of effectively starting the team fight.
Well, speaking of starting a team fight, they might actually want to book it here because it's going to be tough. They're trying to take out this Lord as soon as possible, and Loliel's and Izanami are just farming autos here. Bad impact stacks just increasing, and Loliel's just slowly sieging it down. The same thing happened in the previous game, but on Team SMG's side, they're getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine.
I think just from these 2 games, we can tell that Beatrix is going to be a contested hero. This cannot be allowed to go through anymore. RSGMY currently 6.5k net worth ahead of Team SMG. It's definitely a gap that can be made up, but considering the amount of pressure they're placing here, that's going to be very difficult.
Yep, Smooth getting his shockwave on top of Loliel's. Once again, the Thunderclap doing some good work, but doesn't have enough damage just yet. Electro final blow from Kuza. He's on top of Noir for now as they are trying to clear the way, but again, there's just too many members from Team SMG side. They have to back off. Heavy spin coming out from boxes. He tries to make a play. Noir conceals, but he gets revealed straight, and now he's in trouble. He has to use his unstoppable force to get on out of there. He can't afford to take any more of this damage.
This is just rough for Team SMG. They do have heroes that can consistently tank the sniper shots from Loliel's, but for how long? That tower is going to fall again for free. And with that, it'll only be 1 inhibitor left for Team SMG. The damage dealt is literally split in half. RSGMY in full control.
This is not a good look. This is not a good look at all. RSGMY getting small leads and now accumulated to a 6.4k, 6.3k lead against Team SMG. 12 minutes into the game, it looks like a repeat of history with the tables turned.
This is just rough for Team SMG, but RSGMY in a dominating situation. Lord is going to be up in the next 10 seconds, and right now, what can Team SMG do? There is no way to engage. There's no real way to pick people off considering how far behind they are in terms of gold. What is the game plan here for them?
Well, fight it out. Box already losing 50% of his HP from the bad impact. He gets sniped away by Loliel's, but the backline getting attacked by HY. He's trying to get his darkening off, but Smooth has done as much as he can. HY getting close to death. They find it with the Thunderclap, and now Kuza on the run to trace down Hane. He sees that he cannot get there any further. The conceal from Noir gives them just enough space, movement speed, and time to back off.
That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but RSGMY are definitely the winners of that one, as now they don't have to contest with the retribution from Box. Noir providing some vision, but he has to be careful not to go too far, as now the backline going to be jumped, but Loliel's has Wind of Nature, will survive the Blazing Duet. Sasa not quite able to finish off Hawk, but does find Kuza, so Team SMG do get a nice pick off there.
It was a good attempt, very good attempt. I think Team SMG, you're starting to realize that hate is starting to scale hard. Oh my. That was a little too close for comfort, but hey, you know, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Team SMG, holding on. Let's look at the item list so far, and that's what you want to see. You want to see that club with max items.
Yep, so right now Sasa only one item away. It looks like it's going to be a defensive choice here to make sure that he can match up to Lolils. But the same can be said for the opposite side. Lolils actually going for full damage here. He doesn't care about living because he knows that his team will be able to buy him enough time. As the game now continues, we can see that the net worth lead for RSG has actually reduced a little bit. But with Luminous Lord pushing up top side, this is a very important defense for Team SMG.
RSG pressing into enemy territory. Box does find Kuza. He does have sort of an angle, but it's not worth it with these Lord and Power minions being a big priority as they lose one inhibitor. Box is going to get pulled back by the rest of time, but Sanguine Claw allowing him, Lolils, to take him out with a single shot. And now they have to deal with Lord. H1 falling. Star Moon on towards Hate's side. He's in trouble, but the backline is already dead. Noir is gone, and Hate can only watch as Sasa comes in with a blazing duet. It's over. RSG even the score 1-1 against Team SMG.